Hello, I'm Steve Johnson, the president of the Next Level Sales Consulting, and I'm excited to tell you about our new book titled How to Build a Sales Team That Stays, Sells, and Succeeds. The inspiration for the book has come from the last 35 years in the laboratory of human experience, training and coaching over 90,000 salespeople and 10,000 sales managers in some of the best companies in the country. In the book, we focus on the 7 essential coaching activities that successful sales managers do consistently. In this series of videos, we'll focus on one of these activities at a time. The focus of this video is how to conduct skill development training with your team. In the broader world of sports, we're pretty confident that winning coaches hold practices, observe the games, give feedback, and help their team enhance their performance. Some sales managers make the mistake of assuming this doesn't apply to them, that only new hires need training, coaching, and reinforcement. Sales skills are like any other skills. Those who practice their skills consistently and receive solid coaching and feedback are going to get better over time and produce superior results. Those who don't will probably continue to perform at the same level they always have. But if they were able to address their skill gaps through practice, they could potentially improve their results. Successful sales managers use a 6-step process to do skill development training with their sales team. Step 1 is explain. The 3 things you typically want to explain as you begin skill development training are what skill you'll be working on, why developing that skill is important to the sales team, and how you will be conducting the skill development training. Your sales team wants to know, what are you going to focus on, why is it important for me to get better at that, and how are you going to conduct the skill development training. Step 2 is to demonstrate. Nothing beats a good demo when you're teaching, training, and reinforcing skills with your sales team. During your demonstration, you want your salespeople to see exactly what success looks like. And step 3 is to practice. Some people love to practice their skills, others don't, which is hard to believe. After all, how do you get better without practice? When the game is on the line and the largest sales opportunity I've ever generated in your career is within grasp, the notion that you'll go in there and perform at a level you've never done before in a practice setting is unrealistic. Why? Because people play like they practice. Step 4 is observe. As you and your sales team practice together, you want to make sure you are observing every little detail of the practice, not just the words, but the voice tone, body language, and enthusiasm behind it. Early on, your primary focus will be on the elements of the practice that are done well, followed by the opportunities for improvement. Step 5 is feedback. Once you feel your sales team has developed a level of consistency while you're observing them through repetitive practice, watch them giving an uninterrupted demonstration of the skill. If the demonstration is delivered with precision and competency you're looking for, proceed to feedback. If not, go all the way back to explain, demonstrate, or practice, depending on how much additional work is needed to bring them to an acceptable level of competence. Step 6 is they give you a demonstration. At the end of a skill development training session, it's important to have your sales team demonstrate the skill you've been practicing. This test for competency will show they have developed the ability to apply the skill in a real-life sales situation. In short, the way to ensure they pass the test for competency is to have the attitude that the practice should be harder than the game. So let's talk about the 6 steps of skill development training and how to remember those 6 steps and get ready to show your team how you're going to walk them through the 6 steps. So the first step is explain. So whenever you want to explain something to somebody, you have a next there. So step number 1 is to explain. So the explain step is the only step of the 6-step skill development coaching process that has its own 3 steps. The first step is what we're going to work on, because the salespeople want to know when we're going to do some training, what skill are we going to work on? So the first step is what we're going to work on. The second step is they're saying, hey, well, what's in it for me if I work on this skill? And we're going to say, not only what we're going to work on today, but this is why it's important to you. This is why it's important for you to be good at that skill. So we're going to be, here's what we're going to work on, here's why it's important. And they're going to be saying, well, how are we going to do that? And that's what's going to set up step 3. What we're going to work on today is this. This is why it's important for you, and this is how we're going to do it. So we got the what, the why, and the how. that sets up any skill development coaching session. The second step is to demonstrate. Whenever you want to do a demonstration, you want to be like an old school salesperson demonstrating a product or service. So step one is explain, step two is to demonstrate. Step three is to practice. So step three, we're going to practice like we're shooting a free throw. We're going to practice. So step one is explain. Step two is to demonstrate. Step three is to practice. Now, while you're coaching your salespeople in a skill development training session, that you're going to observe them while they're practicing. So step four is to observe. So we've got explain, demonstrate, practice, observe. While you're observing them, practicing, you're going to give them feedback, the Breakfast of Champions feedback. And step number 6 is the test for competency, is where they demonstrate the skill that you've been working on through the step 6, which is them giving you a demonstration back. So in order, they are explain, demonstrate, practice, observe, feedback, and they give you a demonstration. This type of skill development training is one of the 7 essential coaching activities that successful sales managers do consistently that we highlight in the book. Hit this link if you want to learn more.